Hey, what's up everybody? It's Keith Merrow here, your old pal from the internet. And I'm here at Beastman Audio with Leon Del Muerte and my good buddy Mike Ashton. We're going to do another gear demo today, Jens Bogren plugins from Bogren Digital. We put together a sick little tune for you guys, and we're going to fucking rip it right now, I guess. Let's see. Kind of went on an adventure with these plugins. I've known about the Krim drums for quite a while now. Krim played on my last record, actually my last two records. So when I first got the drum library, the first thing I did was I opened up my Mojave Repressions EP session. I dropped Krim drums library onto the MIDI just to see how close that drum library sounded to the drums that I mixed for Krim on my last album. And I got it really close, and that was actually gonna be the video content. It was gonna be, here's Palmdale Cemetery with MIDI replaced drums with the Krim drums library, but it was too easy.
Yeah.
It was too easy, because I put those tools on there and I'm like, well that wasn't enough work to justify
Right.
being a video. You know, like it sounds great and I'm gonna share it with you guys right here. Ready, go. after I was done messing around with that, I was like, all right, I'm just gonna call up the boys and we're gonna make a death metal song using all Crim's sick beats. Because once I started playing around in there, I was like, man, there's some really crazy beats in there.
Yeah, it was super easy.
Yeah, it was easy. It took us about 10 minutes to put together the drum track, and it slays. Sounds like a fully written song.
Yeah, what you're hearing is pretty much how it sounds with no processing. It's going through a simple mastering chain, but there's really nothing else.
That's really all it took to get that mix. It's probably the easiest mix I've ever done, and it was the least amount of work I ever put into a mix.
Let's talk about this amp knob.
Yeah, so what's up with this amp knob thing, dude?
It's pretty awesome. It's like based on like a Mesa Boogie rectifier. I'm gonna guess a Rev C. It's really cool, like throughout the whole range of the knob. You know, usually you'd think you couldn't get much out of just one knob, but it's really usable right off the bat. It's a little on the dark side, which I really like, and there's no processing on it. It just sounded that good off the bat. We were kind of cracking up about how good it sounds, you know, being around so many awesome amps.
Yeah, in my place we had all the amps set up, and we actually tracked the song through the Kempers. We wet tracked through the Kempers. And Mike actually ended up liking the amp knob a little bit more than the Kemper profile we were using at the time.
Yeah, totally like nailed what I usually go for, which is a little bit of a darker sound.
Darker, a little more spongy. It's actually really good for like that like brutal death metal chuggy kind of thing. What did you think about the one knob for bass?
I've tried a lot of bass plugins, but the one knob is definitely the easiest because it's literally one fucking knob. So.
And you just smash that thing too. I mean, you can get a lot of different tonal variety out of it, going from like a lower mid-gain kind of thing all the way up into like sludge territory, which is where we took it.
Yeah, and I think I ended up turning it all the way up, even though there's a recommended setting for it. It still sounded good and didn't sound blown out.
I was actually expecting it to become unusable at like maximum.
At some point, yeah. But I even turned all the way up. There must be something going on under the hood that balances out the EQ so that it fits in the mix right.
Yeah, smart guys over there at the old Bogren studios.
You could theoretically get these 3 plugins and make a really good professional quality record just out of the box.
It's actually cool to see that these are the first 3 plugins that they've released, and they're working together in kind of their own little ecosystem already. You know, that the bass and the guitar work really, really well together, right out of the box without having to do any EQ at all. And then you can drop any number of the presets that come in the Crim drums on there, and you already have like a solid foundation for a really sick mix.
Yeah, it already all works together.
Yeah.
I really wanted to hate them because you know you're going to be hearing these on every record from here on out, but they just sound that good.
Yeah, and I mean, what a dude for putting one knob on a plugin.
I know, what the balls on this guy.
The balls on this guy to make a one knob plugin, because that's telling the world that this sounds good because I say it sounds good, and that you don't need any other options with it. And I think that's a really bold statement, and he's right about it, which is pretty cool too, because they sound great.
Yeah.
And they only need one knob to do it. And actually taking away like all those extra controls that you would think you need is somehow liberating, because you just sort of like go, okay, it sounds great, I don't need to touch it now, and then you just leave it.
Yeah.
For people like us who love to fiddle with knobs,
Yeah.
have as many options as possible.
And I'm not an amp sim guy typically, you know.
Me neither.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you guys have seen it, and people on the YouTube channel have seen it before. I mean, we've tested amp sim plugins before, and I've never really gotten along with any of them, you know. But this is the first one that I was like, all right, this thing sounds legit. I think everyone should go check these plugins out. I think Jens Bogren is a sick dude. I want to lick his balls a couple times.
Whether you're going to use it to record an album or just as a really awesome writing tool, you can't really go wrong.
True. Just want to say thanks to Bogren Digital for sending the plugins over for me to check out, and thanks to Mike and Leon for jamming with me, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll check you out next time.
Take care. See ya.